Hi everyone, hope you all are doing great. So today again I am going to discuss a special address in networking, that is 127.0.0.xxx. So yes, this is a special address. You might have, if you are from software domain, you might have used this. And yeah, this address is called as loopback address. What loopback address means? If you want to test self connectivity, like whether our own NIC is working properly or not. Okay, if you know about NIC is called as network interface card. It's a kind of, what you can say, a hardware kind of thing which is there. So if you want to connect to internet, there is some hardware kind of thing that is called as NIC, in which MAC address is there. MAC address is like a physical address. Number is entered, 6 byte number is there, which is used for identifying your identity inside a particular network. So that is about the NIC. Now coming to this special address, that is loopback address, 127 dot loopback address, we are going to discuss. Like using JDBC driver, if you while using JDBC driver, giving username, you might have used like giving URL JDBC colon, what you can say, JDBC colon oracle colon thin colon @localhost. You say no, @localhost. At place of localhost, you can give like 127.0.0.1 kind of thing. So what is all about that? We are going to discuss like what is that. So this address is called as loopback address. So if you have little knowledge about the IP address, I will give little knowledge in a brief. Like we have two kind of IP address. Like we have 32-bit IP address is there, like that is called as IPv4, and we have something that is 128-bit IP address, that is called as IPv6. So actually nowadays IPv6 is more popular, but what computer network people thought that number of what we can say systems are increasing day by days. Host we can say, so any device which we can give an IP address called as the host, so they are increasing day by day. So they thought that the number of IP address will be exhausted after a few years, so they have given this IP address, but that is not the exact reason. There are multiple reasons, we will discuss that reason some another day. So this is about IPv4, that is 32-bit. Now coming to 32-bit, what they have done, like they have categorized this IPv4 into 5 parts. Like what we can see, class A is there, class B is there, class C is there, class D is there, class E is there. So there are 5 classes. They have divided this entire IP address of 32-bit. So from 32-bit, how many address you can produce? So it's a binary number, so we can produce 2 power 32 IP address. So now coming to class A, what they have done, like if you know about the representation of IP address in dotted decimal form, so we have 4 parties there. So like something like what we can say, 0 to 255, again 0 to 255, again 0 to 255, and 0 to 255. So this is the general format, like what you can say, like it is like dotted decimal format. We have categorized 32 bits into 4 parts, 8 8 8 8, like this, and from 8 bit we can have maximum of 255 only if you have the knowledge of binary number. So what they have done, like in class A, for the this first octet, you can say, what they have done, like for class A we have a range of 0 to 127. Out of this 0 to 127, they have reserved 2 address for a specific purpose. Like 0 is reserved for some, what you can say, network ID kind of thing you might have learned about, and 127.0.0.0 from here till 127.255.255.255. So these two address, except these two address, whatever address come in between, no, like 127.0.0.1 2 3 4 till 254, these all are reserved for a special thing that is called as the loopback address. So we are going to discuss now that what is the use of this special address like loopback address. So yes, I will explain you the use of this loopback address. So the thing is, let's suppose A is a device which want to send a packet to, let's suppose, a device or a system like B. A want to send some message to B. So let's suppose A is connected to some network and there is a router, and this is, let's suppose, NIC of A, A device is there, no, having some NIC, and B also have some NIC. So let's suppose A want to send a packet to B. So what issues we can say, like in the communication, what problem they may face? They may have the problem here, like there may be some problem in this link, there may be problem with this NIC, there may be problem with this router, and you can say there might be some problem with this link, there might be some problem with this NIC, might be problem with this link. So there can be multiple reason for the failure of sending packet from A to B. So that what we can say, irrespective of what we can say, depending upon B, like B will say me like, hey, I have the issue with my NIC or with my router or this link. We will first of all test at our own end, like whether our NIC is good or not, or this link is good or not. So before sending packet to someone else, first of all we should test like whether all the layers in my own host, like in my own system, like whatever layers are there, also 7 layers, whether those layers are working properly or not. So for that purpose, this loopback address is going to be very helpful. So how it is going to be helpful, I will explain you. Let's suppose this is a host. This contains various layers, like we have, let's suppose physical layer is there, like let's suppose physical layer is there, data link layer is there, then network layer is there, transport layer is there, other layers are there, presentation session, like let's suppose last application layer is there. So what it will do, so before sending packet to B, so this is the first case, what we can say, like what is the use of this loopback address. So what it will do, first of all, A will create some message, and from message it will add transport layer, it will add some, what you can say, it will add some port number, let's suppose like what port number, whatever port number they want to send, so they will add some port number. At network layer they will send something and IP address, and at that IP address I will frame the exact example. So let's suppose this is a message, and let's suppose X is a port number, and they want to send to what, let's suppose 80, they want to send to, they have sent like 80, and at network layer they have sent like MX80, IP address of A, let IA is the source and destination as IA only. And here only, coming to this IP address, this at network layer, here only at destination address, what they are going to do, at destination address they are going to send like 127.0.0. any number. We don't need to take 0 and 255 and anything in between, like 0.0.1 or 2 or 3, anything. They will use this number and try to send the packet. So how it is going to work, the message is going to come from application layer, then goes to transport layer. Here this port number will be added. At network layer, these, what you can say, this IP address and this loopback address as a destination address will be added, and that is given to the data link layer. That data link layer sees the MAC address, and MAC address will be same. So from data link layer, this packet will be reverted back to the network layer, and from network layer to the transport layer, and again it comes back to application layer. So once it get the same packet to the application layer, it comes to know that, hey, my entire, what we can say, layers are working properly. So this is the one use case of this, what we can say, loopback address. And second is very important, like we are like Java developers or any kind of developers, they use this scenario very much. So I will explain you. Like second scenario is, we develop web applications, and in web application, before directly we can say what, hosting that application to a particular server, first of all we will test in our own system, like whether it is working fine or not. So in that case only we will use this concept of loopback addressing, like we will use our system only as a, what we can say, our system as a client and our system as a server. So both that work, like client and server, both is going to be done with the help of this loopback address. So this is one practical implementation of loopback address. So I will explain you, like what we can say, we itself as a client and we as a server. So we have developed any web application and we want to test it. So before hosting that application to the directly to the server, we will configure our system in such a way, like same system will work as, what we can say, client and server. So yeah, there is no any need of computer network. We can deal with operating system only. We have concept of, what we can say, IPC is there, inter-process communication is there. With the help of that only we can configure it, solve it. But here to feel the flavor, like whether our application is working or not, we use the concept of this loopback. So what it will do, like in client side, what it will do, let's suppose there are various layers are there, like physical layer is there, their data link layer is there, network layer is there, and transport layer is there, and the application layer is there. So in between there will be multiple layers. So just for the explain purpose, I have not used all those layers. So what it will do, from application layer again the packet will be sent, message will be sent, and at transport layer they will add some port number. Let's suppose at transport layer, I will explain you with if it is it visible. Okay, I will do like this. At transport layer it will add, let's suppose at application layer this is message, at transport layer it will add like suppose port number. So at port number, let's suppose this transport layer has a port of what we can say, like it is using port number 8080, okay, and destination port number is, let's suppose, 80. So you all know about port 80, that is all about HTTP protocol. And coming to network layer, it will add like message 808080, and coming to IP address, it will add like IP address of A, and at this destination address it will use like same 127.0.0.1 kind of thing or anything. At data link layer it will send a packet. Now from here only this packet will come to the server, and from this server again this same process is going to repeat. The same process is going to repeat, like it will have various layers are there, no? Like it has what we can say, data link layer, network, transport, application, all layers are there. So it will goes through all those layers, like what we can say, we have data link layer is there, network layer is there, transport layer is there, application layer. It will goes through all these layers and it will return back to the client again. So what we have done, we have sent the packet to our same system as a server, and from the same system we are getting back the response. So this is one of the application of what we can say loop back address. And yes, it is used at maximum place in what we can say. You might have used in while using any application, before hosting it we use this kind of address like 127.0.0.1 or any kind of address. So you might have used that. So this is a small explanation, and yes, I am not getting into too much details, and yeah, this all, and bye.